Welcome to part one of my WWE universe mode, the golden era. So I'm going to have a universe with the basically the mid 80s area wrestlers. I got 50 wrestlers that I have selected from that time period. So we're going to show you who they are here. Participants, here we go. You can't just look at your roster there. We should just list your roster there. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so here they are. Andre the Giant. So I got 50 of them. That was enough. 100. I was gonna do 100, but it was too excessive. But here we go. So I'm still learning this universe thing. So bear with me as I couldn't figure out where the roster was. So let's just run through them here. These are all guys. Golden Era is basically the 80s. So this is that time period. I'll probably do another one for maybe do an Attitude Era one and like that. But we'll do the Golden Era here. So here we go. These are all guys from that time period. So we got Andre the Giant, B. Brian Blair, Bad News Brown, Bam Bam Bigelow, The Barbarian, Bret Hitman Hart, Brutus Beefcake, Corporal Kirshner, Cowboy Bob Orton, Davey Boy Smith, Demolition Axe, Demolition Smash, Dynamite Kid, Earthquake, George the Animal Steel, Greg Valentine, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Haku, Hillbilly Jim, The Honky Tonk Man, Hulk Hogan, The Iron Sheik, Jacques Rougeau, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, The Junkyard Dog, Kamala, King Kong Bundy, Leapin' Lenny Poffo, Randy Savage, Marty Jannetty, The Natural Butch Reed, Nikolai Volkov, One Man Gang, Paul Orndorff, Ravishing Rick Rude, Raymond Rougeau, Rick Martel, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, Tama, Ted DiBiase, Tito Santana, Typhoon, The Ultimate Warrior, Uncle Elmer, The Warlord. So there's your 50 I chose. I mean, I'm sure I missed plenty of guys I missed, but I don't want to have too many, so I stopped at 50. So here we go. Let's start. And back then it was Saturday morning wrestling. It wasn't on Mondays, so I got my wrestling show on Saturday. And even in '84, before WrestleMania, actually there was no pay-per-views or anything, so I don't have that. We're doing I can always add them later, but right now we're starting with the Saturday morning wrestling. So we're gonna go to the show here. Let's see what we got. Start show. I'll do AI matches. So first show we got Bad News Brown versus Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, The Barbarian versus Brutus Beefcake, Cowboy Bob Orton versus Roddy Piper, Tito Santana versus Uncle Elmer, Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus Leapin' Lenny Poffo. I randomized all the matches, so I didn't pick them. It's more fun that way because you don't know what you're getting. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, the Warlord, Hillbilly Jim versus the Ultimate Warrior, and Shawn Michaels versus Dynamite Kid. Is the main event. Like I said, this is randomized. So here we go. Let's start the first match. Bad News versus Andre. Of course, the first match wouldn't be Andre, but like I said, I randomized it. Here we go. I got a nice ring of that time, an arena of that time period. So here we go. Bad News and Andre the Giant. So yeah, I want to do an Attitude Era one as well, but we're starting. We're just gonna do some matches from the golden. I mean, universe from the Golden Era first here. So this will be part one, and I'll put part two up as I do videos for them. I'll keep posting them. You guys can follow along as I run through my Golden Era universe or the World Wrestling Federation in the '80s. I didn't have any WCW of the '80s, or they were called Jim Crockett Promotions before they were WCW, but it's easier just to call it WCW. But I could do a the WCW 90s. Is actually a lot of these guys were in the WCW 90s. They came in. The World Wrestling Federation in the 80s. It was just the WCW in the 90s. Just the guys were 10 years older. All right. Andre gonna cover him here. So we'll see what rivalries form. I like to just let the AI control, just keep it on auto and just see what different storylines develop, and it's really cool because you can just love it. You can just leave it on auto, or you can completely control it. But I like to let the auto just to see what happens, and it's like redoing the '80s in a different way. The goal or the golden era, whatever you want to call it. So we'll do Andre and Bad News now, and then we'll go to the next match. Big boot by Andre. So these videos will be, some of these might be of the full hour that I can record for the. I'm recording these on the PlayStation with the clip max length is an hour. So some of these videos will be an hour, some will be 15 minutes, whatever I feel like doing that day. So some parts will be longer than others. They're all going to be an hour. Plus, I don't want. Yeah, I want to make sure I can get the match done. So I'm not gonna. I don't want the clip to end in the middle of a match. So I want to make sure these will all be less. Probably be closer to 45 minutes or less. These videos. But you can, yeah, let you off. I'll put the parts up as I can, and you can follow along my Golden Era universe. Gonna get a count out here. So now I get back in. Yeah, Andre didn't start. He didn't start cards. He wasn't the. This would have been the main event, but I'll just let that go because like I said, I could have controlled it, but I put it on. I put on auto so I can just be surprised and kind of be surprised with you guys or what matches we're getting and stuff. It's more. I find it more fun that way. Andre with the cover. So I'm streaming this. I'm also streaming this video live. So if I'm talking to my chat, you'll know who I'm talking to. If I start talking to somebody, it's my chat. So I got a lot of these from community. Some of these are in game, like Andre's in game. The Bad News Brown's a community creation. And I got the Junkyard Dog I got is a creation, but he's actually coming to the game in a few months. So I'll probably free open a cost spot because I can delete my Junkyard Dog and use the one they make in about 4 months. All right, Bad News. No, Andre kicked out. Yeah, Bad News Brown was he was kind of I guess he came in late '80s to WWF 80. When did he come in? 87, 88. I think he came in later '80s. Yeah, the wrestlers I chose are mostly from '85 to '89 in that roughly in that time period. But he I actually deleted all the pay-per-views for now. I'm just gonna do weekly wrestling because before '85 it was all just weekly wrestling. There was no big shows. There was just the house shows and stuff. But the weekly wrestling built up to the house shows, not the not big major pay-per-view events till '85. So this is I'll have to add. They only had 80, they only had WrestleMania in '85 and '86. But I'll have to add some WrestleMania cards and stuff. Right now I just have it set up with weekly wrestling. Because that was the show back then, the weekly wrestling, and weekly wrestling got you to go buy a ticket to go to the house shows where the big matches happened. But yeah, I picked 50 of the time period. I don't have if I'm missing some people. Yeah, I don't have Paul Roma, Jim Powers, Steve Lombardi. Is a lot of the wrestlers I don't have. I often see Wild Samoans, Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, Bob Backlund. I skipped Bruno Sammartino. I skipped a lot of guys that were around in that time period. Although Bruno's prime was the '70s, so he was there in that time, but he wasn't. Yeah, his career was pretty much over. He was just he announced and he'd hit a match here and there. So I didn't include him. But this is my golden era universe, and yeah, hopefully you come along for the ride. Should be fun. Andre's getting counted out. Look at this. Yeah, if Andre lost, it was like that usually. All right, got the yeah. He's a crew. They got the announcement for him. Good. There he is. Bad News Brown wins the first match. All right, we're gonna go to the next match. This universe is so well done. You can create any time period you want. You can just invent your own wrestling. You can make a bunch of fake characters that aren't real people, and whatever you want to do. King Kong Bundy versus Ricky Steamboat. This should be fun. Yeah, the roster at that time was about 50 wrestlers, roughly. I counted. I went and counted. It was about 50. It's about 50 wrestlers. That's why I went with 50. I was going to do 100 originally, but that was too many. And I couldn't. I don't think I could think of 100 wrestlers. The roster wasn't that big that at that point, so it was 100 was too many. So I just 50 was a good roster, because that's about what the World Wrestling Federation in 1985, and that around then mid 80s was about 50 wrestlers. All right, Bundy and Steamboat here. Bundy's a creation. Steamboat is in game. As we continue on our card. Yeah, mostly have one-on-one matches because I just prefer to do those. They're shorter. Although the tag teams that time period were great, but it's going to mix the tag teams up, so I'll probably have some different kind of tag teams and stuff. But it should be this should be interesting as we go through it. Steamboat got Bundy there. Yeah, there should be some run-ins and storylines developing. This will be fun. This universe thing is really cool because you can recreate the '80s, you can recreate the '70s, the '50s, whatever you want. You go, you can get if you can get the wrestlers from the '50s, you can create wrestlers from the 1950s if you want, and make the 1950s universe. Or you can do the 2005 roster, whatever you want to do. So you can just look them up online and get the roster, and you just get those wrestlers and create, or do a mix of have the '70s, '80s, and '90s all together, or the '70s, '80s, and today, and have a mix of it. Do that. It's pretty much limitless. It's a very cool mode. I wish they had like a league mode though, where you could have leagues with standings and stuff like that. Oh, flinging Steamboat back in there. Yeah, and we got the referee with the light blue as how the referee's dressed at the time. All right, Bundy got him there. There's the avalanche. That might be it. All right, Bundy and Steamboat. Right, Bundy's gonna splash him now. Yep. So yeah, I'll just keep doing. I'll just keep creating parts and going through this universe, the Golden Era universe, and this should be fun. Little small package. He's probably gonna kick out of that. Yeah, he kicked right out of that. But yeah, if you would tell me, if you're having a universe, tell me about your universe in WWE 2K25. Let me know how it's going. It's a lot of work to set this up because you got to get all the wrestlers, and it's really a lot of work if you create them. I just download them from other people, but if you create them too, it's a lot of work to put this together. But once it's done, it's really cool. But anyway, yeah, Bundy. I never see Bundy do that kind of move, flip over him like that. Yeah, I forgot Mr. Perfect. There's a bunch of wrestlers I didn't get. I forgot the Brain Busters. Um, who else is from that too? That's just I missed a bunch of wrestlers, but like I said, I wanted to stop at 50. I didn't. 50 was a good count because that's about what the roster was in those years. Got him. Oh, he kicked out. I was thinking of trying to like recreate. You could control this, so you could actually recreate the 80s as they were if you really wanted to. But I wanted to, and just do it as it happened. You can actually do that if you want. But I wanted to just have like have the 80s wrestlers and do my own WWF Golden Era 80s universe, not so it's new because yeah, you already know what happened in the 80s. This is a way to something else, like a rewriting the 80s Golden Era with the same wrestlers, just different feuds and things like that. Because if you want to see the 80s as they were, you can just go watch Peacock. There goes Bundy over the top. Yeah, back then they had a lot less match stipulations. They had no DQ matches and things like that in the cage match, but they didn't have extreme. They have a lot more match types. They didn't have casket matches and ladder matches and stuff. I think the ladder matches started in the 90s. But they had stipulation matches, but a lot of the matches, I think, yeah, a lot more of the matches were just normal one-on-one matches, which I'll be having a lot of those. Like I said, they had no D. They call them no DQ matches and stuff, but they didn't get them. Yeah, Bundy and Steam. I'm sure Bundy and Steamboat fought. I just don't remember. But got no kicked out. It's pretty cool. All right. Oh, he hit the ref. The ref would have gone down if Bundy ran into him. The ref. It's a tough ref. High cross body. All right, Steamboat just slammed King Kong Bundy. Yeah, that was. I don't know if Steamboat would have been slamming Bundy. Nice. That's his finisher right there. See if he got him. That'd be an upset. Bundy probably should have won this, but no, he kicked out. Okay, Bundy might still win it. Nice clothesline on the top there. Gonna beat him with that? Wow, Bundy just did like a Macho Man elbow off the. That was crazy. That might be it. Yeah, they're doing some things they wouldn't do normally, but that's both cool and yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's good and bad. It's like it's cool because yeah, in the game they can do things they couldn't do in real life, and but at the same time it makes it less realistic to what they would do in a match. But it's all right. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nice backdrop. All right, Bundy just crushed him there. This match is a long match actually. Oh wow, he just splashed him off the top rope there to the floor. This match is going really long. That might be the end of it right there, though. Bundy just got the splash on him. No, he kicked out again. Wow. Right now it's over. Yeah, Daddy's going to kick out of two of them. There we go. Bundy beats Steamboat. Not surprised.
Here is your winner, King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, I said King Kong Buddy, but that's what they did. They were as close as they could. The creator. It's a really good Bundy I got. That's a great Bundy. All right. Let's exit this. See how it So we got Bad News defeated. So we sorry we got Bad News Brown defeated Andre the Giant surprisingly, but Bundy not surprisingly beat Ricky Steamboat. So next we got this fourth match is actually unique because Cowboy Bob was Roddy Piper's bodyguard, and they're fighting each other. So I think they might have fought each other later on. They might have had a falling out. I can't remember, but yeah, they were a team there in my rivalry in my universe. They're fighting each other. Like a Barbarian versus Brutus PK. Barbarian was one half of the Powers of Pain, but yeah, he's in singles action here. So yeah, I don't have any tag team matches in this, but yeah, there's gonna be some crazy tag teams formed too. All right, so we got the first two matches done. Let's see how long we are into this. All right, we'll end. This will be part one. We'll end here, but we'll continue next time with part two. We'll see you then.